All right, so if we have this, right, 3 3/4, and then we have divide, that means we have to work out this first. So we can just convert this to regular, improper. So 3 4s, we multiply 3 times 4, and we add 3, and then divide by 4. So 3 4s, 12, plus the 3, the top part give us 15/4, right? But we have to work out this part, and the line mean divide. So 2 3s plus the 1/3. And then we minus 5/6, right? So 2 3 6 and 1 7/3, and we minus the 5 6. Now the rule says when we are adding and subtracting, we must find the LCM if they are not the same. So I could bring them to the common denominator, which would be 6. And then 3 into 6, that's 2 times. So 2 times 7, 14. 6 into itself, 1. So this will give us 9/6. We can reduce this, right? I think if we reduce it, it's much easier. So we can say these are 3, these are 2, because we can divide both sides by 3. The numerator and the denominator. So now we just divide this by 3/2. And that could give us our final answer. Normally, this is worth 3 marks. So the rule says when we are dividing, well, we can actually cancel as well, you know. But let us not do that. The rule says, write back the first fraction, change the division to multiplication, but we have to reciprocate. Go cancel down here now. 2 into itself, 1. 2 into 4, 2. And then 3 can cancel to this as well. So sorry, Paris. It's actually correct. 2.5, right?
Yeah, I got that answer, but I did it the longer one.
Okay. Yeah. It doesn't matter, man. Guys, this is because people are calling me. People always sign up last minute, no matter how I advertise. Alright? So guys, when you have it, they rarely bring it like this, you know. Most times, what they do it, they stop the top, and then they have like a single fraction down here, but they change it up this year. So when I saw it, I said, you know what, let me include this one because it looked different from the regular one. Alright? Cause so guys, I kind of wanted us to kick off because I feel like we're listen. All right, so it said BD dollars mean Barbados dollars and EC mean Eastern Caribbean dollars. Current exchange Barbados $2,000 and receive Eastern Caribbean 2,700. Calculate the value of one Barbados dollars in Eastern Caribbean. So we just set it up literally like how them give it. Them give it pretty straightforward, right? So Barbados, now work over the side here, guys, because so Barbados dollars are 2,000, and you get a value of 27 Eastern Caribbean. We'll go on this one. You go there, 9. All right. So if you want to find one BD or Barbados dollars, it will be the 27, right? Divided by the 2,000. You guys did well on this too. And that gives us 1.35. Of course, guys, you can use your calculator, right? So what this is saying, one Barbados dollars is equal to 1.35 Eastern Caribbean dollars. So this one now, sometimes students will kind of get mixed up with this one. It says if current exchange Eastern Caribbean 432 for Barbados dollars, calculate the amount of Barbados dollars. Oh, somebody just a come on. I should finally get done. Calculate the amount of Barbados dollars which current would receive. So we could set it out back based on the information that we got, right? We now know that one Barbados dollars or BD is 1.35 Eastern Caribbean. So now we want to find the Barbados dollars, right? We don't know what that is, but we know that it's supposed to be 432. So we can just set up a little thing, guys, where we say 1 equal to 1.35. Just it as how it is, right? Over 4.32. Not 4.32, 432. And we don't know the value of this, so we can call it x. And then we cross multiply. So it will be x times 1.35 equal to the 432. And of course, to get rid of this now, we just divide by 1.35. And that work out to exactly 320. For some reason, why I never left this space? I think I left space down here saying, I say me I'm a big idiot. Because I was wondering why me have to work here. So hold on there, guys. We could work it again. So we have 1 Barbados dollars equal to 1.35, right? Eastern Caribbean. And we want to find Barbados dollars, so we don't know the value, but we know that this work out to 432 in our Eastern Caribbean. So all we have to do now, just multiply x times 1.35, and that must equal to 432 times the 1, right? Which is the $1 here. That now got changed on, right? So it will be 432, and then this our 1.35x. And then of course, we want to get x by itself, so we divide. Of course, you punch it in a calculator, and it will give a 320. And it makes sense, right? Because look, if 2000 give you 27 and you get 432, it's gonna be consistent in terms of say the number here must always be smaller. So just in case you go exam and you don't remember, you can remember say, okay, this number, if they set it up like this number should be smaller than this number. Because some students might multiply and end up get a larger number. But if you know that, say, okay, it must be consistent, then I think, you'll be on the right path. And that complete it.
Mr. Bennett, can you explain to our family, please?
All right. It said 1 Barbados. They gave us this, right? They say if current exchange forward, no. Another title, man. They gave us this from the beginning. 2,000 Barbados dollars will give you Eastern Caribbean 27. So we work it out and they say find 1 Barbados dollars in Eastern Caribbean. So after we work it out, we found out that 1 Barbados dollars is equal to $1.35 in Eastern Caribbean. So they are saying what would be 432 Eastern Caribbean in Barbados dollars. So we're gonna convert this to Barbados. So we could make this be X and we just cross multiply. And it will automatically work out itself. So what I did was X times 1.35 will give us 1.35x, right? And then the 432 times 1 will give you 432. So the final step, we want x by itself. So because this is times, we do the opposite of times, which is divide. So we divide it by 1.35. These are very popular in CXC, guys. So I would want everyone to master this tonight. The reasoning. Because that money, I know you guys love US, right? So if I same thing, if a US, right? One US about 115 Jamaican dollars. So you can use a little concept if you remember it. Little tip of US dollar equal enough Jamaican dollar. So if you give it enough Jamaican, that means that to work out, you're going to do it the other way. All right, hope it's clearer now. All right, we are going to the next one shortly. All right, so you say a credit union pays 8% per annum compound interest on a fixed deposit, on fixed deposits. So 8% per annum, right? On fixed deposit. A customer deposited 24,000 in an account. Calculate the total amount of money in the account at the end of 2 years. So they want us to do it for 2 years, right? We could do the compound interest one first. So this is how we find compound interest amount. The amount would be the principal. Let us talk about that. 1 plus R over N. Now R represent the rate. N represent the number of times it compound per year. And of course, N times T. So T represent the time in years. And N represent the number of times it compound. All right. So now they gave us the principal, but you have to read and know it, guys. Because look what they say. They say the customer deposited 24,000. So this represent the P. Our P is represented by that. So you put your 24,000, 1 plus the rate. Now this can be a little bit tricky because look, at 8%, right? So I normally suggest to my students that you convert this as a decimal. It's much easier to use. I don't know if you guys are comfortable with the percent like 8 over 100. But if you convert this, you would get what? 0 0.00, no, 0.8, 0.08. Not, that we made us. So this now would be plus 0.08. All right, let's say that it compound annually. That means it will compound only one time per year. And of course, we're going to times it by the time, which is T. Now, T would have been 2 years, right? So you use up a calculator now. You actually have to work out this portion first. This now. Oh, the n, guys, a number of times where it compound, right? Which is 1. So that didn't change anything. So that's why I put the 1 there. That didn't put the 1 there because it is annually. And of course, we have 1 plus that, that give you 1.08 squared. Well, let me try some. Let me calculate also. 1.08. Calculator now give me this. I can't get the answer in my calculator. I'm going to do it the long way. 1.161. Something alright, man. The first time when we punch it in, we get it. So, 4,000. Alright, when we punch it in the first time, we get 1.08 times 1.08. That give me 1.1664. I'm clear the calculator, guys. Somehow me not get it. Me get it, but when we press times, it now give me the correct answer again. So 1.1664 times 24,000. Sure. Finally, me realize something, guys. Me have to clear my calculator. It now go give me this one. Yeah. So this would have been the correct answer. Because that's what I got the first time, as I did it myself. Yeah, so it's $27,993.60. As I said, we could do it the other way, which is a simple interest way, but we'd have to add the interest on it. Because remember, say it's a compound, right? So simple interest is equal to the principal, which is 24 times, that's our 8% times, that's our 2 years. Let me try the calculator. Let's pass us a 204 times 16 divided by 100. So what, 3,840?
Yeah, 3,840 is good.
So that's a bit.
Yes, 3,840. And then when we get after that, we get 3,840.
So we'd add this to 24,000. Something alright, man.
What is you said it wrong answer?
So you should get 27,840.
Look at that.
Well, it's supposed to get 27,984. 8%.
And that, but if they get it, that's what I did back to that.
Unless, 24 times 8%. So 1920. So 24,000 plus 1920. 029,415, right? And then we do this again. Let's see, 8% of that.
A question. Wouldn't be the 1920 would have been for two years we do it for? Multiply that by 2?
Well, it will be like just by 2, because it's a compound, so it have to include this now. So you have to increase this by 8%, everything by 8 again.
So
It's supposed to work,
so what I did, I do the 200 and
okay. Yeah, man, go ahead. 25.
Okay, 24,000, and I times it by 8 over 100, and when I work it out, I got 1920, and because they say 2 years, I times the answer by 2, and I got 3,840, and then I add it back to 2,400.
Oh, because what happen if it's a compound annually, right? Whenever you get the first year, It's supposed to include that now. So when you add this, it'll give it 25,920. And then
Because the 2 beside the 19, sir. I was wondering what was the answer for that?
no man,
920.
no man, it's just I'm saying 2 years. So this is 1 year. So this will be year 1. But then we have to do the same process again. Find 8% of this again. Because that's how it's supposed to be done. So that'll be year 2 now. So you still gonna find 8%. So 8. So you have to increase it again.
So, sir, basically, each year the number will be changed and you work it out again.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. I got it now.
But somehow, the amount for this now would be 20,000. Not 20,000, 2,073. So they'd have to add this now to get year 2. Because it's the interest I'm finding. So the interest it'll be 2,073. So I'm add it and see if I actually get back the same. I'm supposed to get the same thing, you know what? 2,073.6. Alright, so me get back the 0.6.
1,000.
Yeah. Yeah. You're supposed to get back the same thing.
You have everything all over from where you
Yeah.
have the SI.
Yeah.
Yeah, from where you have the SI, I don't know how you reach over here, so forget all of this. As I was following you.
Hold on. Maybe you're right thing to do a clear this, guys. Alright, so basically what I'm saying though, if you compound annually, yes, when you find the interest for the first year, you got to add it to the capital now. So it becomes a new capital. You understand? Alright, let me show you. It's supposed to come back, man. It did come back. I realized I think I'm using the wrong calculator because the buttons are giving me the wrong numbers, and I just realized, because I'm wondering, I'm not getting. It's supposed to be smoother than that, right? So I find 8%, right? Of the 24,000. So this now will give you 8 times that. 800, 8 4 is 32, 8 2 16, and the 1920, right? So this is how we are going to do it. For year 1, you add the 1920 to give us what? 25,920. So this is the value, the new capital, or the new whatever, right? So for year 2 now, we are going to find 2%, 8% again. But we are going to find 8% at this number, which is somebody working on the calculator, because I just realized my calculator a malfunction, Look like water getting it or something. The numbers them. Somebody find 8% at the 259 for me, please. Add the other number here.
2,000 and 2,700 and 2,073.6.
Yeah. Oh, maybe get it. It actually give me the right one, person. Yeah. So now these are the new interests. We'll go on upon it, So we have to add this to the next total, which is this. The 25,920 plus this now. And that should give you the correct answer now.
Why is it that you are for the simple interest? Why you just put 24,000 times 8 times 2 over 100? You don't work it out. You just leave it at that.
No man, I did work it out. This is what we got here.
All right, hold on.
These are the interests.
24,000 times 8 times 2. So what I got when I times it go across 24,000 times 8 times 2, I get 384,000.
No, but
And
you're
it
not. Remember, you know, we're just finding 8% of the money, the 24,000. Cause that's the interest, right? So
so I
you're not
don't
gonna
work.
times it by 2 yet, but you're gonna do it for 2 years. Just find 8%, please. Find 8% of the number 24,000. And tell me
Yeah,
what you
man, I understand this part, you know, but me just try get for understand why is it that you did put the SI and you put the formula, but you know,
No,
see
because
more
this is simple
here.
interest. Because this is the simple interest formula. But remember, it's a compound. It's a compound. It's a
Yeah.
compound interest. It's not simple interest. So that's the difference. With
That's why I don't need to work out that. Like what would have been done in a simple interest.
no, you can work it out either way. You can work it either the simple interest way or the compound interest. You should get the same total. So that's what we were looking at. If we had gotten the same answer, and so it doesn't matter which way you did it. But if you had the simple interest, you have to remember say it's a compound annually, right? So each year, the new total are gonna added to it. Not just you're not gonna use the 24,000. Whatever interest accumulate, it are gonna add to, and then that become the new capital.
Okay, so for example, just as like you show right here, so I work out the 8% first, whichever answer I got,
You add
I
it to the
work it out
original.
again,
Yeah.
and do another 8%. That's
That is
that's
it.
not supposed to get back. Okay.
Yeah, because they're 2 years. So if it was 3 years, you'd have to do it 3
You work
times.
it 3 times.
Yeah, yeah. But that's why I'm saying I prefer the compound interest formula because you just do everything one time. Even though my
Yeah, man,
calculator did a
it is
give
a
me,
drawn out like
yeah,
this.
yeah. All right. We spend long on this thing. No matter still, as long as people get the understanding. All right, see some number twos here, guys. All right, it says simplify the expression. Simplify expressing your answer as a single fraction. And the first one says 2m over n minus 5m over 3n. Shall pause the video here, right? Given some time. And we can go and do this too, the binary operation. The binary sometimes come on the multiple choice, so look out for that as well. All right, for 3 marks, it say what is 2m over n minus 5n, right? We know that one's a fraction and we have minus, we have to find the LCM. Now, the lowest number that can go into 1 and 3 would be 3. But 1 and 3 can go into 3. And n is common to both, so we'll put the n, right? And then 1n into 3n. It's very important. The n is going to cancel the n, and that leaves 3. So you multiply the 3 by the m. So 3 times 2m would be 6m. 3n into itself, any number into itself are 1, right? So you multiply this by 1. So negative 1 times 5 would be minus 5m. So final answer would be 1m over 3n, or m over 3n. That is also correct. 3 marks, guys. That's not bad. That's not bad, CXC. Big up yourself. All right, this is what we call a binary operation. So what it means, A represent the first number, which is 5. So you can literally say A of 5 and B equal to the second value, which is 2. And then now you put it into this formula here that says A squared minus B. So it will be 25 minus 2. So it will be 23. And you get a full marks for that, which is 1 mark. Alright? So you do subtract. So A represent R. This is how I normally show my students. It will be 5 asterisk 2. And then that substitute the value. Anywhere you see 5, you put this. And then you put 2. So that one was pretty straightforward. This one's a factorized completely for 2 marks. So we have 3x minus 6y plus x squared minus 2xy, right? We're going to need something that's common. We do factorize by grouping already, right? So 3 common. So that'll be x minus 3 into 6, 2y. And then we do the same thing now. Plus, we common, x alone common, right? So we take out to x and then we say x squared divided by x. That will just leave x. X squared into this. X will cancel itself. Let me show that step here. Because sometimes I look on live and students say, oh, you get that. X cancel the x. So that leaves 2y. And of course, this was minus 2y. So that leaves minus 2y. If you notice, guys, this common, this common. So all we have to do to put the common one, because I factorize, you factorize. So the x minus the 2y, and then 3 plus x, that is outside the bracket. So that 3 here, and this x is 3 plus x. You can also have it as x plus 3y. A few persons do it like that. That's fine as well. All right.
So you can go look slower, look at a different something you do, you know. Different.
For which one?
Factorize.
Oh,
Understand the next two, but the factorize.
yeah, all right. When you factorize by grouping, right, you take out the highest common factor. So you take out the highest number that can go into 3 and 6. Let me just put this. Oh, this was minus 2x. So the highest number that can go into 3 and 6 will be what? 3, right? No, there's no x and y common to both. You just have x in this and y in that. So that's not common. So we just can't take out the 3 alone. 3 into 3, 1 time. 3 into 6, 2 time, right? So it will be 2y. And you're gonna do the same thing again, the highest common factor. But if you have x squared, the only thing that's common to both is x. So you take out your x and say x into x squared, divide. So x squared is the same as this. X times x.
Mm-hmm.
And then you divide by x. So that will leave 1x alone. And then you're gonna have the minus 2xy divided by the x. But x will cancel x. So that will leave minus 2y, which is the same thing that we got here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now that both of them common, we just take it out. The x minus 2y is common, so we're going to take out that. So to the x minus 2y, that form one bracket. And then the next bracket will be 3 plus x. And
Oh,
that
so you just cancel one of the x
yeah.
minus 2y and bring back only one.
Yeah, man, because it's common, we normally take out that common one and form one. Yeah.
So why you end up put the 3? Why you never put the 3? Why you never put the 3? What is 3 plus x or 3 times x? Why you never put that at the front and the x at the back? It
No, man,
matter.
it don't, no, it don't matter. Because a multiplication, if you
So
multiply,
either way it go, it's still right.
correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, multiplication. All right. Hope that clearer now. All right, the next one says, a drinking straw of length 21 centimeter is cut into 3 pieces. The length of the first piece is x centimeter. The second piece is 3 centimeters shorter than the first piece. The third piece is twice as long as the first piece. And they say, state in terms of x, the length of each of the pieces. That's 2 marks. And then them say, write an expression in terms of x represent the sum of the length of the 3 pieces of drinking straw. And I mean, know them, I'm going to find x. Yeah, see there? Hence, calculate the value of x. So you will get a total of 6 marks for that. Attempt that one, guys. Look alright, though. Look alright. Alright, so it says a drinking straw of length 21 centimeters is cut into 3 pieces. The length of the first piece is x centimeter. So for one, this is state in terms of x the length of each. So they wanted to give them the expression, right? So the first piece would have been x centimeter. So the first piece. The second piece is 3 centimeters shorter. That means it is x 3 centimeters shorter than x, right? So it will be x minus 3. And the third piece is twice as long as the first piece. Now the first piece would have been x, so it would have been 2x, because twice mean a double. So this would be all of 1. Alright, and you will have gotten 2 marks for that. So this represents the first piece, the second piece, the third piece. Alright, 2 say, write an expression in terms of x to represent the sum. Sum mean to add, so we just add these, right? So it would be x plus x minus 3 plus 2x. And of course, they told us that it was 21. So this will represent the sum. So you will get 1 mark for this. Alright, most persons did this, but they didn't do that part here separate. They would have wanted you to do that. Alright, it says hence calculate the value of x. So we want to find out what's the value of x. So we add the same about 2x there, some 7. So we add up all of these, right? These are like terms. We could group them first.
Sir, where you have 21, isn't that supposed to be 2x?
Well, they did say the sum was 21, the length.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, distract me, you know. X with it. Oh, yeah, you're right. X plus 2x, yeah. All right. So now, we have group all the x terms, right? But we still have to minus the 3. So when we add all of these are like terms, right? So this would give us 4x minus 3 equal 21. So we form an equation, and all we have to do is solve for the x. And of course, always I click the right hand side of my keyboard. So now with that add 3 to both sides. 21 plus 3, that's 24. And then we divide by 4. So x is equal to 6. And we could check, right? If the first piece is 6, the next piece will be 3, right? And then the next one will be 2 times the 6, which is 12. If this not come back to 21, we must say something wrong. So 6, 3, 12, 4, 15. Yeah, it's correct. Because the 3 of them must add up to 21, right? So they want you to form equation and then solve for the value of x. But this part says state in terms of x the length of each. So you have to give them each. Whether you want to write first, second, third, or you want to give them it, yeah. But you have to give them though, because that's the expression they want. Alright?
Sir, you can just go over that one for me, please.
Yeah, you're not following me, man. Alright.
The last part, me go all the way whereas you work out the x plus x, but the last part there, where you say
Alright.
6 and 3 and all of that.
No, man. I want you to kind of work it out for yourself, right? Oh, this you're talking. No, man. This part says the first piece is x, right? So if we get x to be 6, it means that this would be x. So x are 6 for the first piece. But they said that, I just check this, Sorry if I check it fast. But they said the next piece, the second piece is x minus 3. So it will be 6 minus 3, which is 3. So the second piece would be 3. All right, the third piece now is 2 times x. But x are 6, so 2 times 6 would be 12. So it will be 6, 3, and 12. But here, we're just doing what they say. They say state in terms of x, the length of each. So this would be x centimeter, this would be x minus 3, and this would be 2x. They literally gave us that up here, so right? Where they said all of the information here, which is cut into 3 pieces. The length of the third piece is x. So they told us that. They said the second piece is 3 centimeters shorter. So we don't know x, but whatever it is 3 centimeters shorter. That means it's going to be x minus 3. And then they said the third piece is twice as long as the, whether you want to add x plus x to give you 2x, or just simply say it will be 2 times x. Because twice, right? Twice means a double it. But here I just check the answer to see if it actually come back to 21. In the exam, guys, you guys supposed to do that, you have to check if it actually correct, right? Because if you make a mistake, you will identify right away. So, okay, this didn't come back, and you can probably do whatever is necessary. Make the adjustment. Probably didn't get the inverse of one part or so. All right, let's see if we can do another one. I know I advertise it for 9:30, guys, but we're going to do some more. See it here. I did say that. So we're going to come back to our fraction. Yeah. So go ahead, guys, and do that fraction, please. And also this one. And it's a give your answer in standard form. So that's 6 marks. Let's go. Right. So we could do the fraction first. 2 and 2/3 plus 1 and 1/5 divided by 2 and 2/5. So we'll look at it, Risa. All right, so we're gonna deal with the top first, right? And then we divide by this. So we can either add the two whole numbers, so 2 plus 1 equal 3, and then we add 2/3 plus 1/5. LCM is gonna be 15. 3 to 15, 5. So 5 times 2 is 10. 5 into that 3. So that would be 3. So this is give us 13 over 15. But we can convert it to one big sum, right? Because the entire number would be 3 and 13 over 15. So if we convert that, about 45 plus 45, that's about 58. So that part here work out to 58 over 15, and we divide him by this. So we divide him by 6 and 2/5. So 58, I'm not sure all the steps now, guys. 58 over 15. 6 2s would be 6 3s rather, 18 plus the 2. Oh, 5 here, so 6 5 30, and that 32 over 5. My bad. So we know what the rule says. We write about the first fraction when we divide it, change to multiplication or reciprocate. 5 can go into itself 1, 5 into this 3. Can use 2, right? 2 into this 29, 2 into this 16. So it will be 29 times 1, which is 29, and 3 times 16, that's 48. So it's 29 over 48. Most people would have got that. Alright. This one now, we're going to divide, right? We're going to divide first, and then find the square root. So let me just punch that in my calculator. So like these guys, you definitely have to use a calculator. Try use a brain with this. Alright, so 0.0. 256 divided by 25. Alright, so the first part gave me 6, 0.0, another 0, 1, 0, 2, 4. And remember, you have to put it in standard form, right? So I'll find the square root of this now. So we'll calculate again. 0.001024. Alright, so nice equal number 0.032. So the standard form mean it must be between 0 and 10. So you can have like 1 point something, 2 point something, 3 point something. So you have to search for the first whole number. So 1, 2. So it'll be 3.2 times 10 to the minus 2. So that would be our answer. And you have gotten 3 marks. Very nice, 3 marks. So look out for these in the exam, guys. Alright, these might come in the exam. And we could go on to some more. Don't know anything about it. Consumer arithmetic, 6 marks. It said the basic wage earned by a truck driver for a 40-hour week is $560. Calculate his hourly rate. Alright, next them say for overtime work, the driver is paid 1.5 times the basic hourly rate. Calculate his overtime wage for 10 hours of overtime. And then they say calculate the total wages earned by the truck driver for a 55-hour week. We can support this question, guys. Alright. So work this one and then we know it already, guys. Even though it's a 1.5 hour, we just have to go and put in the works. Have to just go and put in the work if we want pass. So it go.
Sir, would I go 1 more hour?
Eventually time I'll catch up with. Last year, same thing, guys. After a while, if you cut the class them short because people tired, they must have over a long period of time. But guys, I'm telling you, you're gonna see improvement nightly. You're gonna see it. So you're gonna feel it, man. You're gonna see improvement daily. Alright, so it said the basic wage earned by a truck driver for a 40-hour week is $560. Calculate his hourly rate. So it would be the total money that he gets divided by the total hours, right? Going to this. So this will be 4. So basically, you might get $14 per hour each hour. Alright, cool. For overtime work, the driver is paid 1.5 times his hourly rate. Calculate his overtime wage, so it would be time and a half. You can just multiply it by 1.5, right? 14 times the 10. And that would give us this hour 15 times 14. Just punch it in a calculator. So it'll be $210. And you get 2 marks for that. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Nice 2 marks there, so. Alright, this is calculate the total wages earned by the truck driver for a 55-hour week. Remember, I said the 40 hour because I'm a regular pay. Anything over that, overtime. You just start this in middle school. Not this, simple interest. But you just start consumer arithmetic with them. So that means I'm gonna work 15 hours at, if you check the rate here, that'll be $21 you really get. Everybody like money. So everybody must can do this. So you multiply the 15 by 21, because I'm gonna do 15 hours out of overtime. And I'm gonna get $21 because a time and a half. So I'm gonna get time plus a half. And a half of 14, it'll be 7. So 5, 6 and 1, 7, 3 and 8. So this is how we not get for the entire week, which is $875. So very nice, night, guys. As I say, we will see improvement each night. I will send you guys a video, alright? The video. So take care, guys, and get some rest, and I'll see you guys Thursday.
Bye, sir.
Bye. Take care. Take care. Alright.
So, sir, Thursday at 8?
Yeah, man. So, guys, these are the times: Tuesday and Thursday.
And Saturday as well?
No, that we just like I said. It's at 8 o'clock. Why the code never work? Because me have class, and that's why me do it that way, you know. Because me put it on the night when me have prep class. Because it should have been hard to ask you guys to come regular class for 2 hours and then this. So I put it on the prep night. So it's Tuesday and Thursday, 8 o'clock, and then Saturday, 7:30. We start a little earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come by then, you know, so.
But guys, just follow the code here. The code are day by day. So like day 1, day 2, and so on. Alright?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember to send the new codes for the persons for the regular class.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, man.
Okay,
I've been
so
sending to people already. Alright, guys. Thanks for staying, because I know some people don't understand, but you see them 30 minutes there, it add up over time, you know. Trust me. It add up over time. So what the work we can do in like 30 minutes extra.
No, next time you will do.
Alright. So take care.
All right.
Get some rest, guys. Yeah, man, no problem. Yeah.
All right.